Rich in symbolism and staging, the ancient rites and sacred representations engaged the entire community of the medieval village of Troia, attracting Trojan emigrants and visitors from around the world. The village is affectionately known as the Little Seville of Capitanata to highlight its unique connection to Spanish traditions, particularly the Semana Santa. These Easter rites represent a significant moment of devotion and collective identity for the community. Established by Bishop Emilio Giacomo Cavalieri in 1702, these celebrations have been passed down through generations. The festivities culminate in a series of important events, including the Procession of the Chain, the Procession of the Mysteries, the Living Passion, and the Moving Procession of the Kiss. On the morning of Good Friday, the most characteristic and ancient rite of Troia takes place, the Procession of the Chains. 5 participants, dressed in white robes with hoods covering their heads, walk barefoot through the central streets, dragging heavy bundles of chains tied to their ankles. In addition to the chains, the penitents also carry large wooden crosses on their shoulders. These heavy crosses have been passed down from father to sons since 1702. Each year, the firstborn and lastborn males from 5 families take turn enduring this burdensome tradition. This unwritten rule underscores how deeply embedded the Easter rites are in local tradition, reinforcing the intergenerational bond with the ceremony that has strong roots in the community history. In the 2025 edition, the route began at the cathedral and wound through the main streets, stopping at altars of the deposition set up in 3 different churches. The heavy chains and bare feet serve as powerful symbol of penance and suffering, meant to evoke the pain endured by Christ during the Passion. The anonymity provided by the hoods shifts the focus from individual identities to the act of penance itself.
Io sono l'autore della confraternita San Giovanni di Dio. Fate bene fratello. È l'origine 2009.
Ok, grazie.
È nato la
confraternita. Posso chiederle di che confraternita fa parte?
Del Santissimo Sacramento.
Ok, e quando è stata costituita la vostra confraternita?
1500.
Confraternita della Corona.
Della Corona. E questa è la vostra chiesa? Posso entrare un secondo? Grazie.
On Good Friday, as even in fall, the city gathers once again in the square in front of the cathedral for the Grand Procession of the Mysteries. An exceptional event will mark the 2025 celebrations. The procession will feature the Christ sculpture created by Pietro Frasa in 1709. This precious wooden statue is only displaced during Jubilee years, which occur once every 25 years. In a sort of Via Crucis, the procession winds through the main streets depicting key moments from the Passion. The statue is carried on the shoulders of the brothers along the medieval streets, followed by the 18th century statue of the Madonna Dolorata. Bringing up the rear of the procession are the penitents who participated in the earlier procession of the chains. This time, their faces are uncovered, and they are no longer barefoot or chained, carrying only the cross.
Ho visto sul giornale Epoca un servizio fotografico su una passione vivente che facevano in Polonia. Lì è nata l'idea.
On Holy Saturday afternoon, around 3 p.m., the Living Passion takes place in Troia, involving the entire village and depicting the Passion and Death of Jesus Christ. In the 2025 edition, over 150 volunteers participated with more than 100 dressed in period costumes.
Sì, 100, 120, 130, dipende, poi qualcuno viene a mancare sempre alla fine, quindi capita pure così.
Che vi ostinita a non voler condannare Gesù.
The event begins at the Church of the Madonna Mediatrix. Costume volunteers portray key figures such as Jesus, Roman soldiers, Pilate, the Cyrenian, the Apostles, and other characters from the Gospel. The performance, curated by local directors and organized by volunteer associations with the support of the municipality, concludes in the western part of Troia, culminating with the scene of the crucifixion on Cisternon Hill.
Noi sempre ci riuniamo sempre alla fine perché la maggior parte lavorano e non c'è la possibilità di averli fissi a disposizione, dobbiamo accontentarci di quello che abbiamo.
The climax of the Trojan Easter Triduum is marked by a unique rite known as the Procession of the Kiss, which arrives in Troia with the herd returning from Abruzzo at the end of transhumance. This special event, unlike any other in Puglia, takes place in the late afternoon or evening of Easter Sunday in the square in front of the cathedral. During the procession, two statues, the Redeemer and the Madonna, are carried separately from opposite corners of the town, starting from the Church of San Francesco and the Church of Madonna Mediatrix. They meet in front of the cathedral church, moving closer and then away from each other twice, as if they do not recognize one another. In the final meeting, the statue of the Savior bows before that of Mary, symbolically receiving a kiss from her. procession concludes inside the cathedral with the celebration of the Easter Mass. In terms of cultural implications, Troia's Holy Week combines official liturgical elements with devotional practices rooted in peasant and folkloric traditions. On a social and identity level, the Easter rites are considered intangible heritage that unites the entire community. Key events such as the Procession of the Chains, the Procession of the Mysteries, the Living Passion, and the Procession of the Kiss each possess their own unique characteristics and meanings. Together, they create a rich tapestry of traditions that continue to captivate and engage the community, keeping the spirit of Easter alive in Troia